forgot to mention in the thing to please, please, please go grab a block, and I'll give everybody just like 1 minute to go grab a block real quick, because I gotta grab one too. Woo. And a blanket if you can. So a block and a blanket, please. And I don't know how many women are probably going to grab their husband and say, hey, honey, you need to come do this class with me. So, so it's not just us women that have pelvic floor issues. It's men too. And so when they have a weak pelvic floor, that affects their erections. And there's actually quite a few men that I've tested and they have a weak pelvic floor. So it's not just women. We're not the only ones peeing ourselves out there. We're not the only ones like suffering, okay? So everybody grab a mat and a towel real quick. And while everybody's doing that, I just wanted to, again, thank Move Athleisure for this amazing outfit. The whole outfit is from them. So it's super, super cute. I forget, it's a Split 59. Oh, I wonder where they were going with that. So anyway, the brand is called Split 59. This is, what a great subject or great clothing line name for this class. That's so funny. I swear I didn't plan that on purpose. So, and then also I wanted to ask you to click subscribe if you could. If you know what my YouTube channel is, it's Bridget Gibbs Yoga, and I've got a lot of my videos, and I'll be posting quite a bit more videos on my YouTube channel, so please go check it out and hit subscribe and just help a yoga teacher out. And then what else announcement-wise? Oh yeah, I'm doing a pelvic floor workshop on Saturday, the April 18th. And so it's going to be probably about an hour long, maybe 90-minute long workshop. And we're going to send out the invites for for all this stuff here pretty soon. But that is literally to test your pelvic floor and then how to test it and then also how to strengthen it and correct it. So, and then just kind of the whole anatomy of it. And it might get a little vulgar, so only people that have a personality and have that don't get offended by sexual words, because there will be a lot, because I'm kind of inappropriate at times. It's rare, but it happens. So anyway, and then, so we're doing I'm doing a live class 10:30 a.m. on Saturday, April 18th. And then I'm doing the pelvic floor workshop, and we'll have details for that soon. And then later on that day, I'm going to do free yoga in the park, and we'll have the stand out there. And then I have like 12 swings. So each person, obviously, that gets in a swing, I'll have to pull it down and put it in a bag, and then put a brand new one that's been washed up. So only 12 people will actually get able to try the swing, but I'll do some demonstrations in the swing as well. But we are doing a free yoga class, and Move Athleisure has this handy dandy super cool bus. I don't know if they're going to be able to bring it out there, but to where they've got like a little movable shop and stuff. But again, they're also taking appointments, so just one appointment at a time, but they are taking appointments. So I will put all that information below. They're just the sweetest people over there. I love them. Okay, so enough for announcements. So let's get to it. So I know that we always practice each class with a breath of fire, upregulating breath, turns on your nervous system, get your body right breath, that whole spiel. So I'm going to have everybody lay on their back this time. And so just kind of lay on your back and just kind of pull your heels towards your butt. I mean, don't make it where it's strenuous, but just kind of pull your heels towards your butt. And then try to press your low back, so where your back arches. So try to press that down just a little bit, but not where it's too uncomfortable. And so again, with the breath of fire, we're exhaling through our nose. The inhalation comes automatic. this time I want you to try to focus on pressing your low back down, not to the point where you're like, but just and trying to keep it there, but without too much strain. If you've got too much strain, don't worry about it. Worry about your breath. That's more important than 90% of the things we do every day. So anyway, so taking a deep inhale. So we'll inhale, inhale, and I'll have you exhale, 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 and then we'll inhale, exhale, exhale, exhale. We'll do 3 rounds of 20 like that. And so it looks and sounds like this. I hope you guys can see me down here. Hi. And so, and your inhalation just comes automatic. So with your eyes closed, so just kind of relax everything. Just kind of relax everything for a second. We're not squeezing our back into the mat. We're just kind of letting our body kind of line up. So just kind of giving your body a second here. And then we'll inhale, big belly breath, ribs move out to the side. So, and then as you exhale, press your back into the mat, and then inhale, and exhale, 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 exhale. Sharp exhalation through the nose. Exhale, 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 exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. So the next one that I do, I'll do with you so you can hear it, but I'll still clap my hands. So inhale, exhale, inhale, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Ooh, that's quite a bit harder, isn't it? Ooh, I like it. Exhale. Inhale, last time, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. And exhale. Just take Supta Baddha Konasana real quick. I just love to say that word, but I don't use Sanskrit. So basically just butterfly. So taking your feet, the soles of your feet together and letting your knees just drape out. Just kind of putting your hands on your hips, your hip bones, and see if one or the other start to level out. And just try to breathe here for a second. And setting an intention for your practice today. So setting the intention that you want to create from this practice today. But then also setting an intention to connect with your body. So all of our chakras, all of our energy centers, all of that is all in this area right here. So we're going to focus a lot of that right here, just trying to connect. Just taking a few more breaths here, just allowing your shoulders to drape down. Try to let everything go. Your jaw, your neck, your shoulders, your hips, your toes. Let it all go. If our body, our nervous system does not feel safe, it will not open up. So we could sit here and try to stretch for days and our body will just stay the same. But if we can learn to breathe correctly and just let our body do what our body's capable of doing, it will open at an alarming rate. And so a lot of people will like, holy crap, oh my gosh, my hip's about to pop, and it will just be a small movement like this. But if you're breathing correctly, your body lets go so much quicker. And then go ahead and roll over to your side. Hopefully everybody grabbed a block. And so really quick, you guys stay here and start doing your clams. Yep, do the clam. We're gonna do the clam. Hopefully you guys can see me. Let me scooch back because I know the mat was in the camera. I don't know if I am now, but so bring your knees up, kind of up towards your navel as much as you can, and then take your foot on the side. And then make sure that when you lift your top leg, that your hip does not completely sway back. So try to keep it completely perpendicular to your mat. So basically keep your hips like this to your mat. So don't let that hip sway back or go forward. So try to hold in that control, and you're just gonna do like 10 of these. So make sure when you're doing these, you guys can count your own, but make sure when you're doing these that you feel your glute medius activate. So really kind of focusing on the glutes. The glutes have way more to do with our pelvic floor than anybody realizes. And our glutes have so much to do with everything. If we are not activating our glutes in our practice, if we're not activating our glutes and really making them work, we are using other muscles to compensate for that. And that's just, you're going down a slippery slope. So you really, really want to focus on those glutes. So I hope you can feel that. The cool thing about working your pelvic floor is we get like 2 in 1, y'all, okay? Men too, okay? So we're getting the booty exercise, plus we're strengthening our pelvic floor, which, let's face it, your pelvic floor is very important. Okay, just gonna leave it at that because I'm really trying to focus on my being less inappropriate. So, and I left that one alone because I have to be super inappropriate for this next demonstration. So everybody take your thumbs and put them into your belly button. So I hope you guys can see this. So I kind of got butterfly hands. And then take your pointer fingers together. So you're kind of making like this diamond shape. And I know, oh my gosh, I could like totally make this class like super inappropriate right now. But anyway, hi, all silver. Oh wait, no, that doesn't work. That's the vagina shape. Sorry, I had to say that. And so anyway, thumbs are in your belly button, and then so your pointer fingers are together. So right there, just point into your pointer fingers right above your pelvic bone. Push those fingers in. Now really try to squeeze that muscle. So really focus on engaging that muscle right above your pubic bone. Now for a lot of us, that is going to be very hard even to find that there's a muscle there, let alone how to squeeze it. So you might have to, this is where I was talking about, we're really going to have to focus on the mind-body connection. So really finding that muscle above the pubic bone and really engaging that muscle, okay? And now we're going to act like we have a straw, yeah, in our butthole. Mm-hmm. And we're trying to suck a chocolate shake through a straw from our butthole. Yeah. And so you're not engaging your glutes, you're engaging everything from your butthole up. And so you're trying to lift everything up as high as you can get it. So do this with me. So really squeeze and act like an elevator is coming from your downstairs area to your hip area, to your under boob area, to your shoulder area. So you're trying to lift that all the way up, and then you kind of squeeze down. So that is what you should be engaging in your entire yoga practice anyway. So those are called our bandha locks. And so that is why most people like yoga instructors. Just saying, not because we're flexible. Okay, anyway, moving right along. So pelvic floor is a big deal. So before I learned about pelvic floor, I was told to do Kegels, which are bad for you. Yeah, so throw your Kegels out. No more Kegels. They are actually pushing down. So I had, the first time I had a kid, I was prolapsed. So my insides were actually coming out of my vagina. And I know this is probably not the yoga class everybody was wanting tonight. I'm so sorry. But anyway, and I was doing Kegels and Kegels after Kegels, and I could cut something off, but I wasn't doing anything correct, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to increase all these muscles. All these things have to hold all of our organs up. And you too, men, okay? So a weak pelvic floor in a man affects your erections, hardness, and length of time that you can hold them. So big deal, okay? That's a big deal. So same with us. It affects whether we can use those muscles down there during sex, or if we think we're gonna pee on you if we do. So anyway, that is the thing that you should be engaging in an entire yoga practice. Okay, so with the pelvic floor tonight, I want you to imagine that you're scooping water. So you're going in and you're scooping water with your hands, and then you're trying to lift all that water all the way up to your mouth. So from here, you're scooping that downstairs, squeezing, sucking in that chocolate shape, and pulling, engaging each muscle in each section, just like the elevator did, all the way up to the top of your head. So, and then letting it go. So come back onto your back again and come into your Supta Baddha Konasana. And so in Supta Baddha Konasana, so again, I want you to imagine that water is scooping, and then you're from there, you're trying to lift that water all the way up, and you're squeezing all your downstairs muscles down there and lifting all the way up, all the way to the cranium of your head. So for people who are taking my workshop, we're going to get into so much depth in what that means, because our perineum and our perineal are connected. So we are going to show you how to, don't want to say orgasm, but we're going to show you how to feel so amazing and free in your body by connecting those two through your breath. So anyway, we're not going to do that tonight, but I want you just a few times take and act like you're scooping that water up, and then you'll exhale it all the way down. So exhaling and letting everything go is just as important as squeezing and inhaling everything up. So do that a couple times. So inhale, pull, and lift that water. Everything is squeezing, you feel it coming here, and then you engage a little bit more coming here, and then coming here. And this is all one breath. This is all one breath. It's coming up through this one breath. And just keep inhaling, keep inhaling, keep inhaling, keep inhaling. Hold. And then slowly exhaling. Imagine it coming out. Just like a waterfall, slowly. Very slowly, 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 and then completely relax when you let it go. So completely inhale, come on. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Keep lifting and squeezing everything up all the way to the top. And then slowly, slowly letting go. And then take your heels up again. And so that same space, so do your thumbs and your belly button, make the inappropriate shape. And that muscle right above your pubic bone again, so that's that same muscle. So go ahead and lay your head down and hold on to that muscle that I just told you to engage. And then I want you to lift up and look between your knees, and let me know if that muscle separates. So you should have either a solid, kind of solid wall, or you'll feel like it looks almost kind of like this. It feels like maybe it's separating just a little bit and a little bit and a little bit. So if you cannot put a little bit of your fingertip through or anything like that, you're good. If you can put like one finger kind of in the middle of that, your pelvic floor needs, it's like on like an alert, 911. If you could put two fingers in there, you really, really, really have to take some massive time to work on your pelvic floor. I'm sure that you're peeing everywhere. Every time you laugh, you sneeze, you jump, you move, you run. And I've even had people who have come in and I can put 3 fingers in that opening right there. So really focus on that. So where are you? I've had men that I was able to put 3 fingers into their opening right there. So where are you? I can't even get a finger into mine, but you should just feel there might be just a little bit of an opening, and it starts to open out like this, and you should be able to see. So you can message me privately if you have any questions about that, or also, like I said, I'm doing the workshop on the 18th. But so we did clamshells on the other side, and so come on to your other side. And so again, we're just gonna lift. So make sure when you lift that hip does not go back like this. So keep your hip perpendicular and kind of almost like do a pelvic tuck, just to make sure that your pelvis just kind of stays perpendicular, and then keeping your pelvis where it is, doing your clamshells. All these names, what the hell? Maybe they named it that because they're for your pelvic floor. So again, make sure that glute medius is firing up. So make sure you're firing up in that glute medius. And so giving me 10 on that side as well. And then go ahead and come back. So hopefully you guys grabbed a block. I gave you like a minute to grab it. And so see if you can come up and just, it's not going to be on your low back, it's just going to be right on your sits bones. And then it should feel, so like when you relax, it should feel like your legs are just kind of floating in the air. Wait, I'm like, you just don't care. No, I'm kidding. Like just they're being held up by strings. You're not actually having to hold them up at all. And they're just going to float around, but I'm not working at all. So if you can get like this, awesome. And then if you don't have a block, if you can just take your legs up the wall, or you can just take your legs here. So, but what I want you to do is you're just going to hold them here for just a second. So whether you're on a block or if you have your legs up the wall, I love legs up the wall. I love all these. So just kind of sitting for a second, noticing that your kind of sits bones is kind of settling into the mat and kind of releasing a little bit. Well, and it will. So all these exercises, including yoga, are going to happen so much quicker when you really focus on the breath. So make sure that you are focusing on the breath in any of these movements. You will progress 3 times quicker. Literally in through the nose, out through the nose, trying to make your exhalations double the inhalation length. And then just kind of take your legs out. So we're going to kind of open up just a little bit in the groin. So just kind of letting your legs just kind of float out. So just letting them hang out here again. If you're on the block, just be careful. I love it on the block because it gives you a little bit more opening, I feel. And so just kind of relaxing your legs down again. If I breathe really, really slow, my legs are going to start coming down quicker than I'm ready for. So breathe. Just taking about 3. So see if you can handle this. See if you can do this whole breath with me. So inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If that one's too hard for you, you can go to inhaling for 1, 2, 3, and exhaling for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If it's not hard enough for you, you go up to like 5 or 6, you're just doubling the length in exhales. And then, ooh, oh, ooh, me and Miles did a lot of hips today. Oh, ah. And so see if you can kind of sit back down in your Supta Baddha Konasana. It might be too much of a stretch for some people, but just kind of sink down again. Just kind of let your body sink down. If this is too much, definitely remove the block. This pose by itself feels really nice. And everything's also a lot better when we have open hips and groins. Just saying. So go ahead and remove your block and just come onto your back for a second and just kind of pull your knees into your chest. And so just kind of breathing here. So imagine your entire sits bones are down all the way so they keep sinking down towards the mat. And so trying to get your entire spine to touch the mat. But I didn't have a big ball back here behind my headband. So trying to get your whole spine on the mat. No! And then slowly release. So come onto your side. So we're going to get into a side plank. I've got to plug in your computer really quick. Hello. Hello. Okay. Oh, power. We have power. Okay. So coming onto your side, so you can come into just a side plank or straight leg plank. If you can do a straight leg, awesome. If you need to take a modified, make sure your body is kind of lined up and just kind of lift up here for a second. If you can do a straight, you're just pressing on the outside of the leg and lifting up, or you can do the full plank. So either one here. So try to hold that for as long as you can. And then lowering down. So coming back here. So take your leg up. So again, making sure like everything's kind of stacked, that your hips aren't way forward or back. So just align everything. So look down and should be a straight line. And then lift your legs up. And so if it's easier for you to lay down, then lay down. So lift your legs up and turn that foot in. And then just kind of make some circles, not huge circles, so that way you're not swaying too much. Just kind of making circles. Make sure that your toes are angled down though. And then go the other way. Try not to move the top part of your body. So we're really trying to target the glutes. And believe it or not, it's crazy how all certain muscles work together. So if you look at the pelvis floor, it's actually called our second diaphragm. And so now on this one, you're going to tap your toes in the front and tap your toes in the back. So very small movements. Tap, so that way we're not swaying. And so tap 5 in the front, tap 5 in the back. But our pelvic floor is actually considered like our second diaphragm. So if you look at it, if you have, a pelvic floor skeleton in your house, with muscles and tendons on it. It looks almost like a diaphragm. And so I'll have a lot of pictures and illustrations and stuff for you guys for the workshop. And then switch sides. Oh my goodness, I'm so sore. Oh, oh. Just got done working 2 hours with Miles. So I try to kick his ass and it kicks my ass. So again, so taking that foot, turning it down. So make sure it's turned down and then just small movements. So give me 10. And again, if it's comfortable or more comfortable, you can lay down. So just lifting and then doing circles. Again, trying to keep that foot angled down. And then going back. And then toe tap in the front, toe tap in the back, toe tap in the front, toe tap in the back. And 5 on each side. And then coming into your side plank. So again, modify it however you need to. You can come in. You can come in. It's fine. We're just live on TV. No, I'm kidding. I'm not on TV. And so coming onto your side plank, and trying to hold as much as you can. I'm not even about to do side plank right now. I'm sorry. You guys, come on, get it up there. And then come onto your stomach for a second. So take your knees out like you're gonna go into a frog, and we'll probably end here because I've probably gone over my time. So take your feet like, oh my gosh, I don't even think my feet will touch the ground here. Wow, that's not good. So wherever your feet will touch the ground, touch each other, screw it, you don't have to touch your feet. I'd rather have your knees out. So my knees are apparently, I mean, my hip groin is apparently tight. So just taking your ear, you can take it down to a block or your mat, and then trying to focus on pressing the pelvis down towards the mat, and then lifting all those muscles that we just discussed, kind of scooping that water. I know I probably might need to explain that to you better. That's for another whole kind of workshop thing though, because I'm trying to keep my inappropriateness to a minimum. So just kind of, and then release. So I want you to inhale, squeeze everything up to the top. And then as you exhale, wait until you let everything go out towards the bottom, and then you'll just release. And then you'll press your pelvis back down into the mat as you inhale, lifting all the way up. And then as you exhale, you're going to slowly, again, it's going to stop at your neck, and it's going to stop at your under boob carriage, and then it's going to stop at your belly button, and then down, and then you'll release and relax everything. Breathe. So do that a couple more times, but this time without pressing your pelvis down in. So just regular, just relaxed, and just doing your inhale, squeezing everything up. And then as you're relaxing, you're slowly letting everything go, but you don't relax all the muscles all the way down until it's completely out, and relax. Holy crap, my groin is opening. Ah, help me. Ouch, ouch. Oh my gosh, my leg is just lowering down. Ah. I breathe too much. Here goes the other one. Oh, that's so creepy. Whew, yeah, okay. And so ending your practice, if you would like to go ahead and sit into a frog, so just find your comfortable frog, and if there's somebody at your house, maybe you can get them to adjust you. A frog adjustment is amazing, by the way. And so just taking your feet out on each side, and then you want to be 90, 90, 90. So if you're too far forward, it might not hurt, so you want to kind of press back a little bit. So if it's not hurting, you're not in the right frog. Because it doesn't matter how seasoned of a yogi you are, frog still is brutal. And so again, you just want to kind of push your body back and then just finding your most comfortable position. And then again, just trying to breathe correctly, like oh so correctly, helps super, super much. So, ow, ow. Ha! Ah! Me and Miles did 2 hours of hips today. Oh my gosh. Oh!